One of important gods in the Norse mythology is Tyr, although there are not many accounts on him. Tyr was god of war and bloodshed, but also a bringer of justice. He was not only a great warrior, but also a source of wisdom. So there is a certain duality in this character. On one hand, we have this very honorable, strong fighter who is not afraid to draw blood and kill his enemies. But on the other hand, we have this fair person who is sharing his wisdom. And these two parts created Tyr. Not much is known about the origins of Tyr. He was said to be Odin's son, and that would make him the brother of Loki and Thor. But more resources give the information that he was actually a son of Jotun, a giant named Hymir. Nothing is said about Tyr's mother, although his grandmother was said to have 900 heads. She must have been a terrifying creature, that's for sure. Tyr was usually invoked by warriors before battle, who are praying to him to give them valor and honor as strength and stamina and power. He was the patron of warriors and of all the mythological heroes. There was one legend in which he was mentioned more extensively. It happened when Thor decided to host a party for all the Aesir gods. This could have been a really nice party, but the problem was how to create so much ale, because there were a lot of Aesir gods, so every one of them could drink a copious amount of mead or ale. So they needed a really huge cauldron to brew this ale. And then Tyr thought about the cauldron which was in possession of his father Hymir. So they set out to get the cauldron. They traveled far and long, and at some point they came to the household of Hymir. Hymir was not around at that time. There was only Tyr's grandmother, a terrifying creature with 900 heads. But although her looks may have symbolized something quite different, she was quite a nice kind old lady. And she said they should hide, both Thor and Tyr, because Hymir, when he gets back home, he's usually in a very, very bad mood. And once Hymir appeared home, he was really in a nasty mood. He smashed a pillar just because he wanted, he felt like it. The cauldrons and kettles scattered all over the room, and so the two gods were revealed. And here the grandmother jumped in and said, Hymir, look, this is your son Tyr, and his wonderful friend here. And as the legends tell us the story, this is actually where Tyr disappears. There is no other mention of him in the retrieval of the cauldron, which was obviously retrieved successfully and brought to Asgard to have the party hosted. Another mention is when the gods were trying to bind Fenrir's wolf. You can listen to the story up here, and I will also leave the link down in the description box below. Fenrir knew that something is off, so he demanded, while he was being bound, that one of the gods should put his arm into Fenrir's mouth. And actually Tyr was the only god that felt confident enough to even go near Fenrir's wolf. So he was the one who volunteered to put his arm into Fenrir's mouth, and so he did. And when Fenrir noticed that he was bound for good, he was angry and furious, and in this fury he bit down on the arm that was in his mouth, and so Tyr lost his arm. And from that day onward, he was known as the one-handed god. Tyr's main opponent was Gramr, a huge wolf or dog who was blood-stained and who was guardian of Hel and Helheim. It is said that Tyr consumed him, but in the stories about Ragnarok, it is said that Tyr both slayed and was slain by Gramr. So in the final battle of the gods, Tyr managed to kill the dog, or the wolf, who used to guard the gate of Helheim, but he died from the wounds he got in the battle. This is a really interesting character, mostly because he's so mysterious, not much is known about him. This is a person of high honor and strength and power. He is the patron of bloodshed, which makes him not such a nice person to be around, but then again, he is also all about wisdom and justice, and this duality could make him a really nice, interesting character. It's really sad that there is not much about him in the poem or prose of Edda, so the main text of Norse mythology. We don't have many stories about Tyr, but then again, this makes him this very flexible character that may be used in pop culture in many different ways. So for example, Loki or Thor are usually really straightforward when it comes to creation of character. Loki is the prankster god. Thor may not be the sharpest tool in the shed, but he's all about power and aggressiveness and fighting. But Tyr is mysterious. Tyr is powerful, but he's definitely not short-witted. Tyr is about honor and about justice, but also about the bloodshed and the war. So really an interesting character. If you enjoyed the video and would like to know more about the folklore and mythology of different nations, make sure to subscribe to the channel and follow us on Facebook. I hope to see you in the next video.